Hey guys, it's Carrie Creation, and I am really excited for this week's video. We are going to do some character art, but not just any new character art. Normally when I do character art, I do just a picture of a character I've already established. Today we're actually making a new character, and I am so excited for this design. I am, if you've been here for a while, and if you've seen many of my videos before, you've probably come across a video where I'm talking either about the podcast I'm in, or I'm talking about a character that I've used for a roleplay for game night with my friends. Either way, I love tabletop roleplay games, and very much at the moment, I really love the Deadlands Classic system. On top of that, my game night group of friends have finally decided to try out the Deadlands system as well in our more casual game. It is the system that I use in the podcast where I play my character Shinoa, but this one we're actually using a more futuristic version of it called the Hell on Earth books for it, I guess. We're going to be playing not a homebrewed system because it is the Deadlands system, but kind of like a homebrewed campaign for a space sort of alien game. And as part of that, I am getting to design my own alien race, and it really didn't take me very long to decide on a color scheme that I wanted for my character, which was basically whites and pinks and very albinoism sort of looking thing. And it didn't take me long after that to settle on the idea of making an alien race based off an axolotl. And that's what this character is going to be. So you can see I've put these little antenna-like things on her head, which is meant to represent the frills and gills of an axolotl. She's going to have a tail, but I also wanted her to have these really cute ears, and this, instead of hair, having these tendrily sort of things that come down from her head to emanate hair. But it's actually really important that she doesn't have actual hair because of the class that I am going to be playing. Now, if you know anything about the Deadlands Hell on Earth system, or even the Deadlands system in general, there's a connection to spiritual sort of magic sort of stuff. So in this futuristic version of the game, my character, who I have named, what did I name her? Sorry, she's still a very new character. I've named her Eleuia. It's shortened to Ellie because that's just easier, but I wanted to give her kind of a more weird alien name. So, Eleuia. I decided that I was going to make her a class called a Psyker, which is basically someone who uses psychic powers. I'm so sorry, Lexi is fluttering around in the background and distracting me so much. But it's basically a class that uses psychic powers, and part of the drawback to that is anyone who uses a lot of psychic powers ends up losing their hair from the mental strain. So it was really important that she doesn't have hair. But I also, I actually do have a couple of characters who have shaved their heads, or at least have I've got one with a half shaved head. I've got one character that ended up having to shave her head. She's regrowing her hair now, but I've had a couple of characters who don't have hair. And I still wanted this one to kind of emulate having hair because it's more it kind of emulates her personality. She's got this really bubbly, upbeat personality. And so I wanted her to have this really cutesy sort of style. But as you're going to see in a moment, it's really important as well that she's not cute all the time, because this originally was going to be a happy little drawing of her. And then I realized I need to show off that if she wants to be scary, she can be scary. She's got all these different abilities and powers that kind of make her spooky, and a lot of them as well normally call for the eyes to become bloodshot. Her eyes can't be bloodshot because they're all like one solid color, and the DM has allowed me to have those veins show up on her face instead, which I'm so excited for. I think it gives it a really great look, and I thought it just kind of fit in with her color scheme a lot because it just lets that spread out more, and I think against the paleness of her skin is just going to look so weirdly threatening, which I'm really excited about. So Ellie is going to be part of a group of essentially rank and file military space, not Marines, but you know, essentially space Marines. And we're not really sure what the real like plot of it is going to be yet, but I'm really excited to find out. I'm really excited to play this character, and I'm so excited to interact with some of her abilities, because a big part of the Deadlands system is taking flaws and edges. I mean, they're called hindrances, but hindrances and edges, and basically building your character up that way. And one of my favorite things about the system is when you're starting off your character, if you've ever played a tabletop roleplay game like D&D, for example, there's a couple of different ways to get your stats for your character. And a lot of the time it's a point-buy system that people use. I'm kind of more of a chaotic player, and I like randomness and less control, and I like leaving it to the whim of the universes. And that's one of my favorite things about the Deadlands system, is that to figure out your starting traits and your starting scores for everything, you actually draw them from a deck of cards. I don't know how the DM feels about it. I don't know if he's okay with it or if he's mad at me, because I have a tendency in games of chance like that, in games of numbers and chance, to get really lucky. So the highest stat you can have at the start is a d12, so a 12-sided dice. And out of 10 stats, I'm starting with 4 of them at a 12, which is kind of bogus. One of the other players is starting with like 3 of them at a 12, and you know, there are other people who got things like that. But my gosh, starting with 4 of them just looks ridiculous on my character sheet, and I'm so excited for it, not gonna lie. On top of that, she has a bunch of special abilities. Like I said, she's got her powers. Her psychic powers are all brain related. They're all mental powers. They're all about interacting with the mind, which is super fun considering I've given her a hindrance where she's a pacifist, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be very difficult to be a pacifist while working in the military, but we're gonna find out if we can make that work or not. Anyway, we're basically kind of wrapping up near the end here. I didn't do shading in this because it was more about just getting the concept of the character down in a couple of different ways. So thank you so much for watching. If you've made it to this point of the video, maybe you could put a like on it if you liked it, and consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. And if you would like to see more of this character in the future, please let me know down in the comments, because I'm so excited to start this game and see where the plot takes her. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!